Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back to the Goat Force Gaming channel, where we play the roguelikes and the roguelites and hopefully add all kinds of awesome games to your backlog or your wish list or your now playing list, or you know what, I don't know what you're doing out there, but I can tell you one thing: we're going to add to it, okay? And you're going to be quite happy about that. If you like rogues, and I know you do if you're hanging out here, I'm glad you're with us. That's all we play on this channel. Hey, you know, we've been talking a lot about bullet heavens lately. You know I love them. I love 99.9% of them that I play. I think that's how the math works out. But we've been talking about how these games are going to continue to evolve over time, right? How are they going to keep the hooks in us? Because, of course, you know, you don't want a situation where everything starts to feel kind of samey, right? Well, folks, this is a game called God of Weapons. And I really love what they're doing here. This is a roguelike action bullet heaven with the component of Tetris in the supply bag. And by leveling up, we are going to add space to our supply bag over time. Isn't that neat? I have not seen this done before yet in this style of game, and so far, I like it. I think it works really well. This is going to fit perfectly over here. +3 luck, +2% crit chance. Wonderful. All right. So, this game, God of Weapons, is currently out in demo form. That's what we're playing right now. If you want to try to be a God of Weapons too, you can. But first you're going to watch and see how we do here, right? Right? That's how this works. But once you're ready to dive in, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you will be, head to the video description and I've got a link to the demo right there for you. Now we've got a handy dandy dash that comes in quite handy once things start to get kind of crazy out there. And believe me, they will. Let's see, a great hammer. That's still a tier 1. Now you'll notice that over time we're going to see different tiers of weapons. And I think we're going to put a dagger over there and maybe a dagger right over here. Might as well, right? All right. And then you're seeing our stats and capabilities increase as well. All right, next floor. So we are trying to ascend the Tower of Zhor to reclaim the last light for the world. I don't know how many floors are in the game or what the overall plan looks like. I can tell you I played one run prior to jumping in. It does look like there's multiple characters on offer. I'm assuming that they might play differently. You'll probably want to experiment. I do think that this is going to be one of those games where you could really try and min-max the hell out of everything, which, let's face it, that's going to be fun. All right, let's start expanding out this way. We've got one more space here. You know, why don't we grab this dice, we'll put it right over here, and we'll just kind of start building that out a little bit more. And at some point, we're going to want to grab a tier 2 item as well. Yeah, I was considering this spot right here, but we need one more space, and then we'll grab a tier 2. Now you can sell items that you have on you as well to make space. if you're in that situation where you see something pretty gnarly. Whatever happened to gnarly? Remember that word? Can we bring back gnarly? It doesn't have to be today. All right, these enemies are getting a little bit tougher, I'm not gonna lie. Perfect. All right, let's keep building out this section over here. And I'm even thinking, oh wow, this looks interesting too. That is probably a throwing weapon of some kind. Let's go out that way. And as you see, as we make our way out, the box grows in size as well. Okay, interesting. Well, that is maybe gonna be doable. Maybe, yeah. You know, do we think it's good? Sharp and throwing, +1 bounce for each adjacent glaive. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, wow. What if we get rid of a dagger and we grab a glaive instead? Right, and then we take our dice and throw them over there, and that kind of works out nicely, doesn't it? I think it does. I don't know, do we want to add more luck to the situation? No, maybe not. Not yet. Not yet. Okay. All right, next floor. You could really lose your mind with this. Spend a bunch of time in there. Remember doing that in Resident Evil and really trying to make sure that you were optimizing fully on your space each time so that you didn't have to run back a good, 10 minutes in real time? I remember doing that quite a bit. I have a tremendous coffee with me today. This is my La Colombe roast. I'm still making my way through that bag. Notes of chocolate and nougat. Hope you've got something good in your cup today. Cheers to you. All right, 2 spaces here. Why don't we build there, and we'll build out over here. And we can re-roll these as well, but I'm just thinking, I don't know that, we have, well, although, I know it's a tier 1, but look at that. It's too good to be true. All right, I feel good about that. Next floor. It'd be nice to see a projectile weapon here. Again. I think the sickle is working pretty well for us as well. Maybe it's not a sickle. Yeah, the ninja star looking blade. I like how all the weapons just kind of hang out behind you as well. It's nice. So it's a weird lunch today. It's one of those days where I wasn't extremely hungry, but, it's like, oh, well, it is time to eat. Gotta eat something, right? You ever have one of those days? What do we want to do here? Let's expand out over there, I suppose. And do we want to grab a helmet? What is this over here? Ooh, tier 4. +3 vitality gang per floor, +10 recovery. That's interesting. 96 gold. It must be good if it's 96, right? That's how that works. Okay. I feel pretty good about that purchase. I don't want to lose dodge chance, so we're gonna go ahead. So my wife had picked up a whole bunch of stuff for me for Easter, and she found this really neat canning company out of Bozeman, Montana, of all places. Never been out to Montana. I've always wanted to visit. Montana, it's supposed to be just lovely in terms of the views and everything that's on offer out there. So, do you like beets? She got me some pickled beets. Beets are, they're a favorite of mine. And these are pickled with, you know, 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. And they're absolutely awesome. Ooh, look at this thing. Cross-Volver. Wow. Boy, I like the weapons that are on offer here. Plus 25% damage, but plus 10% enemies. And again, that would mean more experience as well. You know, that would be another way of thinking about that. This is becoming quite the puzzle, isn't it? I'm feeling a little bit puzzled about what I've built here. Some of you are probably screaming and pulling your hair out at this point. And to you, I do apologize. But we're going to go next floor. And we're going to keep on rocking and rolling here as long as we can. I know, some of you are probably like, oh my god, the goat has created such a mess. Such a mess of the space. You're probably not wrong. You're going to do much better than me when you play the demo. Learn from the goat's mistakes, right? Isn't that what this is about? We all grow together. Learning is hard. Sometimes you got to scrape a knee or two. All right. So I ate a bunch of pickled beets. and it's great. It's great. I don't know. I've always been a beet fan, you know, I shouldn't say always. I didn't like them as a kid. They are kind of dirt tasting, you know, of the earth. They have an of the earth quality to them. Ooh, we got a lot of spaces this time. Go us. Look at this. That's looking really good. Okay, I want to get a reroll. Although, wait a second. +3. Okay. I thought maybe that one was slightly better. What is this? -5% item price. You know what? Judging that we have 847 gold right now, I don't feel like we need a whole lot of that. But I wonder... Oh, it already knows we can't. I thought maybe I could rotate it in a way. My brain always has a tough time rotating things. It's always been a struggle for me. You know, when we buy a whole bunch of stuff from the IKEA store and then, you know, you open it up and you're just looking at just a world of pain. Here, this is a tier 2 weapon. Why don't we get a tier 2 weapon? That's looking good. Hey, look at that. We got some blue happening now. That's that must mean it's good. All right. I think that is going to do it for us. Boy, that's a really weird looking piece. All right. All right, we're going to keep going here. Yeah, so that's always been a struggle for me. You know, space and flipping space in my brain and then seeing, you know, what it would look like. Look, here's where I'm going to admit to you that I struggled hard with the dungeons in Breath of the Wild. I did. You know, all of those dungeons where it's like, okay, well, now we got to flip it 90 degrees. Well, now we got to flip it back 180 degrees. And then we got to flip it here. And now you can make the ball roll in the correct way. I just wasn't built for that. And so I've already had the conversation with my oldest daughter that, look, I would like to play the new Zelda, but here's the deal. You are going to be the one to do all the puzzles. And that should be exciting for you, you know? And so we're probably going to tackle that together. All right, only 2 spots. Boy, that went a little bit fast. +2 melee power, -2% life steal. You know, feel like we've got to build out a little bit more, like in these spots. We're getting close to being able to, use this. But you know what? I wonder. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, wait a second. That's not gonna help much, is it? Okay, wait a minute. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Who's impressed? Why don't we get some additional range too while we're at it? Okay. Can we have a round of applause? Look at this. +2 melee power. Do we do it? No. Not this time. Not this time. All right. Perfect. I'm feeling good. Are you feeling good? We are doing it. We're in it to win it. Okay. We got a bunch of jellies from this canning company out of Montana as well. Some lemon strawberry jelly. We had a raspberry vanilla jelly. I mean, this stuff is quite decadent, and actually put the strawberry vanilla jelly into some Oatly ice cream. That is oat milk based ice cream, and it is delicious, I gotta tell you. Okay, so we've got the claw. I happen to know that this one takes up like a square. All right, well, they didn't want to give us this spot, did they? One more space. Why don't we go here? What is this thing? A talon. Ooh. Okay. I'm feeling the talon. Let's put it there and get some more blue. And I don't know. I mean, we've only got the 2 other spaces. Now, I suppose we could start selling stuff at some point to get better gear. Let's just see what pops here. Tier 1. Yeah. Don't really want to finagle that right, unless we sold this, and then we'd have the adjacent spot. We'd have to do something with this as well. All right, you know what? We're just going to go next floor at this point. We're going to wait until we've got a couple more spots. We did get the Talon this time, which I feel pretty good about. Hey, how about the Dark Souls looking character? That deserves a shout out. We are on floor 12. We've got a little over 1,200 gold. Got a really nice DPS counter in the top right. I'm a huge fan of that. I really like what these guys put together. Apparently this game is going to be out in July, so we've still got, a decent amount of time for them to work more stuff in. I'm excited to see where it goes. Boy, we are doing okay here. Look at this. Wow. All right, so I'm assuming we're going to need a very straight path, something like this perhaps. Let's go out that way, I suppose. How much space do we need for this? Tier 4. Holy cow. 6 across. Well, this would be 4 if we moved that dice. I'm just wondering how feasible it would be, to eliminate that many. This would be 6 across, but then we're talking about the loss of, 3 weapons for 1. What does this do? Arrowhead, +1 pierce. Oh, that's a nice little pickup. Let me pop that over there in that random spot. And I could even see a business case for another one of those guys. I do want one of these eventually. +3 max health for each adjacent sword. See, that's really interesting, these combos that you could pair up in your case of nifty belongings. I do think we've got a good setup overall, though. I mean, it's gotten us to floor 13, so I want to be careful with how many adjustments we make along the way. You know, I do know that we're going to have to grow stronger over time. I'm on board with that. But I just want to be careful with the adjustments is all. Let us know in the comments what you think of this game. I think it's a super unique play on an arena roguelike. And you know, I am somebody that did not play Backpack Hero yet, and I still feel bad about that one. That's like the one that got away. I know I need to get to it, and so maybe that game does share some properties with this one. All right, let's see. I would have liked to see the opportunity to go over here next. Why don't we go further out, and I guess we could pop that over there so that we've got the start of, you know, a longer line of options. Oh, look at this. Souped up version, it appears. We're going to want to grab that and probably do a replacement. Oh, we got a lot of spaces that time, didn't we? Yeah, why don't we go over here, I guess. Okay. So let's go ahead and sell that. And let's pop this one on in its place. I would like to grab this, I think. Yeah, let's do that. I think that's going to end up being worth it. Ring of Power, plus 5% damage, minus 5 vitality. That doesn't seem like too big of an ask. So let's do that too. And I think that works. Let's head on out. Yeah, this looks like it's working okay so far. Once more into the maelstrom, right? Speaking of once more into the maelstrom, I need to get back to some Darkest Dungeon 2 real soon. We were talking about Resident Evil 4 the other day in the comments, and it's a game that I absolutely want to get to. I adored the original. I've seen part of the remake, you know, because my dad is playing it right now, and it looks just tremendous. Why don't we go over here and here? Perfect. What do we have on offer? Plus 20% experience gang, plus 3% enemy speed. Okay, so they're hitting us with a lot of the help me hurt me's here. We could get some lifesteal back, maybe. Or maybe not. You know what? I'm good with the experience gang. What did we lose? Yeah, enemy speed. Okay. But I was saying, you know, before I get to RE4, I want to play Darkest Dungeon 2, and then at some point, I'm going to start Returnal for real. I have Returnal. I've turned Returnal on. I've played a few rounds of Returnal, but I'd like to properly play Returnal and do a full playthrough on the channel. You know, maybe we post one episode per week, something like that by the time I get to it. And I'd like to even think about turning Returnal into more of a roguelike and getting some bonus capabilities. I'm still thinking through that. But, you know, sometimes I like to create a goat skill tree when it's not there. Add some fun to it. So we've got 2 spaces that we can add. Now we definitely need a shot in the arm of some kind. Let's go over here, I guess. And I think it's time to start changing out some old stuff. Ooh, look at this. Now that looks interesting, doesn't it? Let's see what kind of weapons we can get our hands on. A throwing hammer. Okay, I'm on board. So let's sell this. And let's put that over there. That looks good. Let's see what else we got. No, not worried about item prices just yet. Tier 4, +1 damage every +1 kills with this weapon. Wow. Okay. So let's go ahead and change this out. We'll rotate that and put it right in there. That worked out really well. Don't want a tier 1. This is 4 across for a tier 2 weapon. Well, let's re-roll again. We've got plenty of do-re-mi at this point. Here's a tier 2 dagger. Ooh, that might be kind of good, but it only takes up 2 spots. Okay, I've got an idea. We'll pop that over there. We'll buy this. We'll pop that over there. Perfect. Sinister Mask. No, I don't want to lose any range. Let's see. This is a falchion or a scimitar. No. I think this is going to do it. Unless we could find an adjacent spot for this. Okay, I could move this over here. I could place this outside for a moment, just to see what we're working with here. This I would have to sell. I know, it's a thrown weapon. But now we've got 2 axes next to each other. And that could be worth something. Now we can pop this back in. I feel pretty good about that. All the spaces are taken. All right. Health not looking great right now. So if we can keep our distance from these guys and maybe find some health in this arena, that would be very healthful, right? You see what I did there? Okay. Hey, so far we're doing okay here. Uh-oh. 1 hit. Oh, man. I thought we were going to make it. Hey, folks, this is a game called God of Weapons, and we're looking at a release timeline more around July 2023. What do you think? Are you going to try to ascend the Tower of Zhor to reclaim the last light for the world? I think you should. It's a lot of fun, and it's not going to cost you anything except your bandwidth. I will include a link to the game in the video description. And I think you should give this a quick look. If you can't get it to it right now, pop it on the wish list and maybe get to it when you can. Hey, let's do this again sometime, shall we? We'll get together out on the Goat Force Gaming channel, play a roguelike or a roguelite, because that's what we do every time. And you know what else we'll do? We will do a video game giveaway at least once a week. And we can do that all because of you and your support. So, hey, thanks for allowing me to do this on the channel and be the host of this community and these videos and these giveaways that we're all enabling together. It's fantastic. I look forward to doing it every day. So you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time out there. You take care.